Hey everyone, welcome to TokiTV, our Sunday gathering for Sk'aliCh'elh-tenaut each and every week, gathering in faith, prayer, and education. And boy, do we have some education and cool stuff to share with you guys today. It's going to be a good day. You guys know the drill. Some people are saying they're here, but they're working. Thank you for watching us while you work. Put your name in the chat, and Cindy and Maria and Carmela and Ritas and Wendy and Sharon and Becky, lots of people. But if I don't say your name, it's because I can't see it. So type it, even though it might seem redundant because it shows your name, it doesn't always show us your name. So, hey, Tamala, thanks everyone for joining. Keep putting your name as you guys join. And I think there's a lot to talk about today. So let's get ourselves centered. One thing we've been doing on Thursdays is some deep breathing. And what's kind of cool is as we're breathing, we're noticing we're sounding like a big giant pot of orcas. So at your own convenience and in your own breath, take a super deep breath in and then let it out loudly. You guys ready? Everyone on screen and everyone at home? Ready? Okay, ready? Take 3 deep breaths and let them out. Ready? Let's go. All right. You guys do sound like a bunch of orcas.
For the moment, I thought I was in the sea, just with orcas around me.
Well, good. And let's go ahead and just to continue that and just get ourselves grounded for today. I'm going to play, it's about 2 minutes of video from the shore, from the Salish Sea where Toki will swim free this year, you guys, in 2023. So at your own breathing, just kind of use this 2 minutes to get yourself grounded in whatever way you want. You want to say a prayer, cool. You want to do some deep breathing. You want to try to meditate for 2 minutes and come back. That is on you. So I'm going to go ahead and play that now. Nothing like the sounds of the ocean to just get you all relaxed, huh? Beautiful stuff there. Now we have a really good show today. I want to do a couple quick check-ins before we introduce our ocean explorer, Orca Whisperer, Pierre. Howard, how are you doing today? Let's check in with you first.
Pretty good, thanks. Yeah, I'm at the Big Salmon Ranch. the Balcom Big Salmon Ranch on the shores of the Elwha River, the newly restored Elwha River, where 2 dams were taken out about 8 years ago, and the salmon are coming back in big numbers. And so it's a tale of restoration, and that's what this ranch is all about. And I can also report that we had a sort of like a super pod, which was J's and K's, and at least some, maybe most of L pod came in to Port Susan, is what it's called, which is kind of an inland lake, the east side of Whidbey Island on the mainland side, so way tucked in there. And they have never done that before, but it really got a lot of people excited. A lot of great reports. They're up on our website and got sent out on a whale report. So that was great to see. So yeah, lots of activity going on around here, and beautiful sunshine.
Awesome. Thanks. Deborah, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just honored to sit here and hold space with you guys. I can't wait to hear what Pierre is about to share with us. And like Howard says, it's a beautiful day on the island when the sun comes out.
How are you?
Do you call me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
How are you?
I was swimming with orcas. No, I'm not kidding. Well, I'm super excited to hear everything about Pierre. I've been looking to his Instagram and Facebook accounts, like I said before we started this live video, and I'm super impressed with his work, and I can't wait to hear all the stories that he has. So thank you, everyone watching us, and thank you, everyone on screen.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Carla. Christina, how's it going?
Good, good. Happy to be here. Excited about tales from Pierre, and always just happy to be sharing the panel with all of you wonderful people and all of you wonderful people that come and support Toki all the time. Thank you. I love you.
Awesome. And Alejandro, what's going on in Florida?
Hello, everybody. Oh, it's hot today again. So we get warm weather now back. So while watching the video, I was imagining just Lolita Toki swimming in that water. Beautiful video in the beginning of our show. Thank you so much, Pierre, for joining us again. Thank you, Howard. You have an amazing picture in the background. I hope you feel better, Deborah, today. And Christina, please don't cry. Please don't cry. And thank you so much, Carla, for bringing the Keiko Untold story to our TokiTV show every day. And thank you so much, Annette, for everything you do. We're gonna send you a gift.
Aww.
The biggest gift ever is going to be when Toki comes home.
I know.
That's the gift I'm waiting for. Happily accept that. Well, gosh, guys, let's just go ahead and get in. Pierre, before you speak, is it okay if I share that 2-minute video?
Let's go.
Okay.
Yes, it's okay.
And Alejandro, just so you know, Terry said we're all going to cry today, Alejandro. So
yeah, we are allowed to cry too. Don't worry. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Give me 1 minute. Here we go.
This is amazing. Let me tell you.
Yes.
This is the first video I watched. Yeah, it's an amazing video.
My existence is beneath the waves. It happens that I must breathe. And the oxygen of my soul is water. The dark abyss is my introvert universe. The creature inside me is the same as the ones I swim amongst. cold, the dark nourish my belief. Set me free.
All right, everyone, please join me in welcoming Pierre Robert de la Tour, the Orca Whisper. Pierre, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much, Annette, for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to join you guys, and what you're doing is really great and fantastic, and just humble and proud and happy to be with you guys with this hope that in 2023 we're going to see Lolita swimming freely.
We are. Yes, we are. And Pierre was with us in July of last year. And at that time, Pierre, we were talking like you had done like 6,500 free dives at that point, and then you were getting ready to start your latest expedition, which we want to hear all about. What can you share?
Yeah, that was a fantastic season. You know, due to the weather conditions that were really exceptional this year, we had very few storms. And so very few days blocked in the harbor. So we were most of the time during this 11-week outside in the sea looking for orcas, humpback, and even fin whales. And now I'm close to the 7,000 underwater close encounter with orcas. So just to tell you that this is really great, and it was amazing experience with orcas. This everyday lesson. You think you know something, and the day after you learn new things. It's always something new that there is no day that is looking like the other one. And and even with the guests that I'm guiding and with the crew, we are working like a pod, Orca pod. We are having a great connection between the members. So it was a super season, and I just back from less than 24 hours that I already start to work on the next one. So
oh my goodness. When did it, and literally he hasn't been home 24 hours, guys, and he's here with us on TokiTV, and it's like 10 p.m. And we have lots of people staying up. We have people in Italy and Germany and all over the place staying up with you as well, Pierre, to hear all about it. When you said 11 weeks, you were out there for 11 weeks?
Yeah, it's 11 weeks with the guests, but we need one more week to bring back the boat in the south of Norway, one more week before the expedition to drive the boat up to the field. So it's more than 3 months I have been out of France, and I've been living in this boat called the Sk'aliCh'elh-tenaut. And it's a long time, but it's so fascinating that it has been like this. So this is why I can't wait the next season.
And that's so cool, because you've been doing this for 25 years, 26 years?
No, I mean 24. It's going to be 25th in 2023.
Okay. And you still just can't wait to get out there.
Same passion, same than the first day, same emotion. Nothing has changed.
That's so amazing. And do you have a lot of repeat visitors?
Yeah, we have we have many returning guests. Some of them, they have been there for 5th time last season. So some of them, they just come every year, so it's an expensive trip, but for some people, it's the trip that they will not miss. And it's mainly because the orcas, they are giving such emotional encounters, and some people are very sensitive. For some people, it's just discovering adventure, living a new experience, and after that they would go for some other trips, such as a great white shark or a hammer shark or stuff like this. But some people, they are really connected with orcas, and the attraction is so strong that they don't want to see other places. They just want to come back, basically. And from one year to the other, it's never the same. So this is also the magic of orcas. They are giving so much when they are free and when they choose to give.
Exactly, where they and that's something that probably goes without saying, but maybe some people who are joining the show don't know, about how you do prep. There's this huge respect. In last July, you referred to it as like a love story, right? This connection with the orcas. It has to be mutual. It has to be on their terms. They have to want to interact. Can you tell us a little bit about that for those that don't know? Just the links you do take to make sure people are aware of how to do this soft encounter.
Yeah, the most important thing that have guided me since the first year is the ethic code. And it's not only because it's nice for orcas, it's also because if you try to enforce encounters, you're going to have very poor encounters, actually. If the orcas, they don't want to, if they have no interest in you, they will just avoid. And it's really poor. So what I expect from my guests is really connection between orcas when they come on purpose to put attention on the guests when they come and they make eye contact, when the body language indicate that they are great interest, or they are echolocating in your direction. And they come close, and it's very emotional. They are able to, I think, to share this emotion, but maybe also to create this emotion deep inside us. So this is something you cannot forget. This is something you cannot have with any other creatures on Earth, even if you swim with whales or with dolphins. Orcas are really unique. Again, the most important thing is the ethic. We have to respect them. And the work I did since the pure beginning is try to, with my little level, to understand the element of the body language that can indicate when the orcas are ready to be visited or when they don't want to be alone. And of course, to respect this. And if you respect this, most of the time it's a question of time. If you let them do what they want to do, what they need to do, most of the time it's feeding, and then they have a social interaction between themselves. If you wait enough and if you are ready to understand the body language, then you can go when it's time and you can have very emotional encounters. This is what we are looking for. Awesome. And this is what I want. This is what I want to share with the people who are trusting me, people who are coming with me.
Well, and I know we were teasing earlier about crying on the show, but I've watched that intro a couple of times, and just in the intro, I mean, I'm in tears. And does everybody cry, Pierre? Does everybody cry when they have this experience?
Yeah, it's impossible to keep your tears when you have such an encounter, and when you go back to the boat, and it's easy to see how emotional people are. And I am also emotional because I'm totally connected with orcas, and when they give to me attention, it happens most of the time, at the end of the day when the guests, they are tired, they are cold, I can have 2, 3, 4 drops with the orcas almost alone or sometimes alone, and then the things are totally different because I don't have to take care about my guests. I don't have to ensure the safety of my guests. So I can be totally connected. I don't even put my camera I keep my camera on the boat, and I don't take it with me. So this is the moment I can have the best encounters. And most of the time when I go back to the boat, yes, I'm crying, of course. It's impossible to resist. And I don't shame to say it, it's okay.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I know I was in Hawaii one year, and I was swimming, and this big pod of Hawaii spinner dolphins came by, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, that it must have been amazing." And I was like, I couldn't see because it was literally like a cartoon. Like I feel like I filled up my goggles with tears. Yeah. I couldn't see because it was So I can't even imagine with orcas. You mentioned how they're very unique, and Suzanne wants to know. Put a comment here. Can you say what it is that is so unique about the orcas in your experience?
Listen to me. It's 24 years that I'm looking for the good words to explain this, and I still haven't found it. And it's just a feeling. It's just something you feel inside you. And maybe because I'm connected with orcas, and some people are more connected with the whales or dolphins, but I'm really sensitive with orcas. So this is something I feel, and I will not. I don't have any words to explain this. It's like love. When you are in love with someone, why this one, the others? Maybe the others is even more pretty, but you love this one, and there is no words that can explain why. So I think it's something you have deep in you, deep in your inside you, and that connects you where with some souls that you are ready to be connected. But yeah, this is what I think. But it's very difficult just to think when you are in close contact with orcas.
Yeah, that's awesome. Howard, I know you have some questions.
Well, I'm just soaking this up because it is so beautiful to hear, and it's so consistent with everything that I have heard from others who have had close encounters with orcas in so many different situations, and they all come back with this feeling of awe, and it's just they can't describe that feeling. They try. People say, like somebody is home there. That there is an active intelligence, a consciousness that is looking into you. Marcia Henton, who was the trainer for Toki in the 90s, and is very interested in her now and wants to help, described how it was like coming to see her best friend, and that Toki would look into her soul and seem to understand her mood and her feelings, and it was a close connection like she never had with other people. And I've just heard this from so many different people at different times, different whales in different situations, and I think you're right, Pierre, that this is unique with orcas. Dolphins will look at you with a great intelligence. That and elephants and many other animals may look at you or want to play in some way, and that's wonderful. But it seems that with orcas, when they look into you, they look into your soul. They look into you deeper than you look into yourself. And it's an awesome experience. It just has to be.
Yeah, I have this. Yeah, I have this feeling that they can access our deepest emotion, and now I start to also think that they can also create our deepest emotion. It's not something that is coming from us, but they can just create emotion. So and everything turns around the sound, around the vibration. So
yes, on levels that we don't understand and may not even be able to measure with our instruments, but yeah,
like this beautiful opera that can make some people cry sometimes, and you don't know why, but it's not because of you, because the sound is touching some element in your body maybe, and really resonating with some parts of your body that are responsible of the emotion. And I think that the orcas, they are intelligent. They share their culture from generation to generation since millions of years now, and they are very acoustic creatures. They know how to manipulate the sound. They are experts. So we shouldn't be surprised if one day we discover that they have this power, they have this knowledge, because I think they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do too.
I know, Pierre, you've mentioned this before, but there is a question, so I'm going to ask if you've met captive orcas, and I know that you have, and I mean, I don't even know if you can describe the differences, but can you take a shot at it?
Yeah, I was there with my friend Tony Meyer, the one who was edited and filmed the short movie you shown, and we have been in Marineland Antibes. Try to sneak, to go inside, to try to make contact with the trainers, and to try to make them come to have a drink with us after the job, and try to get some information from inside. We were a little bit spying like this, and I was in contact with Inuk, the captive orcas called Inuk. And when I saw this guy, it was impossible for me to keep my tears, but it was not the tears of joy. It was a very dark energy that I felt from this guy. It was a lost soul. It was, he was making sounds, but totally different sounds that the one you can hear into the wild. Just, and I saw this guy asking for frozen fish, and I was about to puke when I had to give the fish like this. And also I could see the teeth totally, flat, no teeth, and even the gum was damaged. And I felt so sad, so sad. It probably the saddest experience I have ever. And I went out with Tony. We were just devastated by what we saw. We have been so many times with wild orcas. We saw orcas playing together in the pod, which is a real game, real social game with all this love we can feel, and everything is fake inside the pool, inside in the captivity. The orca it's a non-life. It's not alive. It's something very, very sad, and you can easily feel the difference when you have seen orcas in captivity and orcas into the wild. I mean, you don't have to be an expert; you just have to open your heart, and it's obvious.
Yeah. And I know you have not met Toki yet, but are you gonna come? Are you gonna come on her homecoming? Are you gonna try to make it out?
Yeah, look, I'm following your work, guys, since quite a long time now, and I'm really impressed about what you have done, and I'm really impressed that even the parks now start to say maybe we can do something like this, and this is all the work you have done, thanks to you. And I have also my own question about my what I'm doing here in Norway. I have also my own question about my path, my own adventure, my legacy, and this is also something I want to leave. That what kind of society will you leave to the new generation? What will be the norm? Is the liberty that will be the norm, or is the slavery will be the norm? Not only for orcas, but also for the humans. And it's going to be more and more question about that in the coming years. And I have many, many questions about my path, about my adventure. Why me? Why this way? What happened to me? Because I was not destined to this, And I have this feeling that only the First Nation in the North America, they can give me the answer, because they have a high spirituality, because they are highly connected to the nature. And only these people, they can give me some elements of answers. So I have the plan to come in the British Columbia in June this year, a couple of months. And I will probably have a trip to visit you guys, if you permit it, because I would like to meet you. And I would like to meet the Illumination people also. So it would be great to meet you there and to speak with you, and to maybe to try to help me to find this answer that I have.
I love that, Pierre, and I will definitely put you in touch with Raynell. And sounds like I'll be making another trip up to Lummi as well in June, because I definitely want to be there when you do come. And I don't know, maybe it'll all work out when she comes home too, because we're really holding that space that she's coming home this year. I really feel it. We also meet every Thursday, Pierre. I think you've probably seen that too. We gather in meditation, 30-minute meditation, and we hold her up in love and healing every single week for that as well. But I love that you said that, because you're still searching for that answer, because you have that connection, and to explore that deeper, I will absolutely put you in touch with.
And I still don't know why. I still don't have these answers, and I would like to understand more about this connection. Mm-hmm. And I know that this answer, because I don't understand the language of orcas, it will not come from the orcas. And because my experience is not good enough in spirituality, it will not come from me. So I'm looking for people that can help me. So and I have this idea, since I've met the Sk'aliCh'elh-tenaut in Vancouver Island, that these people, they are so connected with the nature, with the spirits, that they can help me.
Awesome. I will put you in touch right after.
And of course, I'm praying to this June. Maybe Lolita will be just coming in some sanctuary or in freedom. So I will be really happy to see her swimming freely in her own water.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. Speaking of not knowing, the answers to that, or understanding the connection, because I think we all have that, right? And some of us, just have that deep connection with her, with Toki, and not being, with her, not being able to see her, but it's still there. And I don't know, what was your first experience with the orca? Can you, I know you said
Oh my,
it's similar, but what was your first experience with the wild orca?
I have two stories. The first one, I didn't see orcas, but I could hear orcas when I was spotting the area before a spearfishing competition, because I was with the French team in Norway, and I have heard some strange sounds. I was thinking baby cries, but the water was not clear and I couldn't see anything in the water. But when I came back to the boat, all my partners, they were jumping in my back and they told me, you could be killed. It was orcas turning around you like this, maybe 10 meters away from you. You could be killed, are dangerous. And I say, okay, now I connect the sound I've heard. It was orca sound.
Wow.
And 2 days later, I was the winner of the competition. It was like if the ocean gave me something on that day. And with the bonus of my sponsor, I could pay my first orca expedition as a guest. So I was not the first one with the pioneering company, but I was the first one to do that in a wetsuit. All the others before, they were doing that in a dry suit.
Mm-hmm.
They called me crazy, but wetsuit, of course, you freeze in a wetsuit in this water, but you are also much more flexible, and you can free dive, and you can go underneath the surface, and you can swim freely. That's what I was doing. And the first year was a fantastic year where I was playing with orcas from the beginning of the day until pitch dark. I couldn't get even back to the boat. The boat driver, he had to yell on me to make me come back to the boat. I was home, actually. So, yeah, that was really fantastic.
That's so awesome. Howard, I don't know. I think you might have had some more questions, and then I kind of jumped in. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty much just listening to Pierre because it's so fascinating. When you mention the difference between a wetsuit and a dry suit, it occurs to me that a dry suit will have a layer of air, and that
Yeah, the
air
dry suit,
is
you enter in the dry suit, you have a zipper in the back or in front, a waterproof zipper, and you have seals here in the wrist and seal in the neck that keep you dry inside. So you can go with your own clothes and your own garment and the underlayer, and there is no water entering. So of course it's warmer, it's more comfortable. If you speak about the wetsuit, it's like a regular wetsuit. You have water going inside here,
right.
everywhere. So even if it's tight, you feel the water going inside. So, but
Well,
of course,
right. And I was just thinking that layer of air to keep you dry is a barrier to sound, because when sound hits air
exactly.
pocket, it inhibits it. So that would be, it would be a much closer, more intimate connection to the orcas in a wetsuit than a dry suit. So
yeah, then you are much more sensitive to the sounds. That's right.
yeah. I'm in awe, and your description of Inuk at Antibes was very, very touching. It must have been again a very emotional, very kind of depressing
heartbreaking.
experience.
It's heartbreaking, Howard. Heartbreaking. I have no other words. And I did once, and I'm not sure to have the strength, the force to do again and to have again this experience. Inside the pool, it's, my God, it's really terrible. The orcas, the people have to understand that the orcas, when they come inside the fjords in northern Norway, it's for feeding on the herring. But even the fjords is small. It's too small for them. They like to go in open sea, in the waves. Even the fjord, even a fjord which is kilometers long, kilometers wide, and 400-meter deep, it's too small. They will not stay there. They come only for feeding.
Right.
And then they go in open sea.
Which
Imagine
is
the pool.
Yeah. Right. Oh, I know. Exactly. Which is why it was remarkable on the 14th, just a few days ago, when most of the southern residents came into Port Susan, which is a fairly shallow inlet within an inlet, actually. And nobody has ever seen them do that before. Some transients have come in, big whales looking for seals. They may come in 2 or 3 or 4 at a time and pick off some seals, but their fish-eating residents have never come in there before that anyone can recall. And I think it's for that reason. It's just too confined. They don't like to be in a place that has walls at all. So, yeah, I'm sure they prefer an open space. The more open, the better.
I witnessed once, the orcas in Norway, they have this specificity. They don't have a specific diets. And the same orcas in the same population, they can feed sometimes in herring and feed sometimes also in seals. They feed on both, okay? It's not transient marine mammal eaters and resident fish eaters. In this population, there is a gradient. There is a gradient, and some families are eating 80% seals, 20% fish, and some families the opposite. So once I have witnessed a pod of orcas predating on the seal colony, and they are swimming very close to the shore. They are bushing and very shallow, and they are very shy and everything. But the fish eaters, when they are fishing, when they are feeding on fish, they are in the middle of the fjord when it's very deep, and they need a lot of place. So it's totally different behavior. So I'm not surprised that the transient in British Columbia or in the Salish Sea, they are in shallow, and the resident, they need maybe more spaces.
I have a question. When any of them do eat seals, do they hunt in very small groups compared to when they eat herring when they're in larger groups?
I have only one experience. And what I saw was 6, 7 orcas. It was not a full pod, but I cannot say that it's always the same. This I can ask the question to one scientist, Yves Jourdain, that has been working on the seal eaters, and she has many drone footage. So she must know the question. If it's the full pod, 20, 25, or it's a part of the pod, or maybe the split. I'm not sure.
Well, the transient pods here, when they are hunting, they are in very small groups, maybe up to 5 or so maximum. Okay. But the fish eaters, that can be the whole community.
Whole family.
Yeah.
Okay, understand.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah.
Carla, you had a question?
Yes, I do. Pierre, I'm very interested and curious about the body language. How do you know when they want to come to you, and how do you know when they want to just go do their thing, apart from swimming away?
It starts with the boat, because the boat must have a respectful approach, and we use the soft approach with the boat to try to be short. You have the boat here, okay. The pod of okay. This will be the pod of shit. It's reverse.
Yes.
This is. Oh my god! I look stupid. This is the orcas, and this is the boat. Okay.
Yes.
And the boat, the orca pod is swimming this direction, and the orca boat must come like this. Soft approach by the back, not totally like this because they don't like it. Like this.
Wow.
Come this way, okay, and touch the limit of the social zone, which is about 40 meters. Okay, come at the same level. If the orcas are tolerant, then it's okay. Otherwise, if the boat is coming like this, if they don't want to interact, they will open the path. They will swim, but a little bit away. This is the sign they give us that it's a soft avoidance. Because we have used a soft approach, they give a soft avoidance. If you are driving the boat like this, or like this very fast with a bad angle, bad speed, then they will turn like this, dive, and it's finished. We can forget the orcas for the day. Then if they tolerate, because with the divers it's okay. The divers, they are quite tolerant with the divers. But if the boat approach is not good, then it's impossible to put divers in the water. The boat is the problem, actually, not the diver.
Okay.
Then with the diver, when they want, sometimes our tolerance means that they will. You have the You have the divers like this, and the orcas, they will just continue. So you can watch the orcas. So they are tolerant. And sometimes they turn back and they come in your direction and they show interest. So, but the orcas is coming actually because we are very slow swimmers. So we have no other option than staying still and waiting. What I try to do with the orcas when they are really okay, I try to swim in front. Means that the orcas are coming this way, I swim in front with the orcas like this, same direction. Actually, when you see orcas when they are interacting with each other, they are all swimming in the same direction. So it looks obvious, but it took me maybe 6-7 years before I understood that I had to do the same, but in front.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
And then they can spot you like this, and they know that they are not the target of your attention. You are swimming this direction, so sometimes they come like this, and they come close to you. They come closer. They come always closer when you are swimming in front. They are showing us how to do it.
Yes.
We just have to do the same.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
another one here. Sorry, Annette.
It looks very simple, but for a human brain, it's very, very difficult to understand that when I have photographer, they want to be 50 centimeters closer because they want a better picture. But by doing this, they come in orca direction like this, and they hate it. So have to be parallel line and swim in the parallel line, almost parallel.
Oh wow! And is scuba diving possible in that area, Pierre? With the
No, it has been tried. It has been tried, and the best footage of orcas has been taken in the scuba diving, but it was very specific condition. When you have a fishing boat with the net, with 100 tons of herring in the net, and when they are pumping the herring, you have a lot of orcas just around the fishing boat. Then it's possible to scuba dive with a rebreather just below the fishing net, and then you can have fantastic footage. But if there is no fishing boat, then it's impossible to use the scuba diving because the orcas are moving all the time. Actually, you go in the water, you wait here, and they are 400 meters away. So this is not realistic to use the scuba dive. It's much better to use free diving or snorkeling or swimming. And even free diving, I'm free diver, but I free dive maybe 10% of the time. Most of the time I'm swimming. The orcas, they don't like when you free dive. Because it seems that the surface is the place where they feel the most vulnerable, less confident, and the place where they feel secure is the depth. So if you go in the place where they feel secure, if they are not confident, they are pushed and they go away. So most of the time I stay at the surface. And if I feel it, I stay at the surface. Sometimes they are very tolerant and very curious, or sometimes playful, then I can free dive.
Okay.
That's awesome. Those are great questions, Carla. Thank you. And people are asking online, is this being recorded? Because there's so much knowledge on here. Yes, Becky, this is being recorded, and you guys can go back and watch on Facebook or on YouTube if you look up TokiTV. Speaking of YouTube, you definitely want to check out Pierre's YouTube. And we're talking about these encounters and how beautiful they are. You guys want to see one? I want to see just a little bit. This is a long video, so I'm just going to show pieces of it because yes, it is a teaser because you're definitely going to want to go and check out his YouTube channel after this. So let's go ahead and take a look at, let me see which one. Let's do this one. Here we go.
Same picture.
All right, guys. Someone said here I could watch for hours, and I kind of forgot that I was hosting the show for a second. So can I? And I highly encourage you to do that. Go check out Pierre's YouTube channel because you definitely, I mean, the just amazing stuff, amazing stuff. Pierre, were you there? Here, I'm going to put you in the middle of the screen. Were you there when there was the 300 orcas? Were you present for that? All right. I want to show that.
Yeah.
I want to show that real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
I thought you were there, and then I want you to tell us about this. But this is just flipping amazing. Watch. This is so cool. Check this out. Oh, I'm going to start this. I guess it's here we go.
Whoosh.
It's impossible to keep a dry lens.
I'm here.
That's you right there.
Yeah, the UC logo.
Oh my God! I have never ever seen anything like this.
That's the best selfie ever right there. See that?
Yes.
Wow! Oh my God!
That is just so wow.
Wow.
Okay, I just read the comment. It's a feeding boat. It was not a feeding bowl actually. You could hear my boat driver Tony Mayer that was super enthusiastic, and it was very impressive early morning. And actually, we didn't go in the water because there is no place. It was no place in the water. It was orcas. It was a soup of orcas. So it was just amazing. But the story behind this is that we have heard afterward that one of the fishing boats there, we were early morning and we saw a couple of orcas, but it was not that many. And one of the fishing boats had a very big catch. And inside the net, the sand, he caught a humpback whale. And he had no other option than opening the net, which is forbidden in Norway. But he had no other option because the humpback would have damaged the net and break the net. So, but the herring inside, they were dead. You know, when the herring, they have been in the net, they are so close to each other and they breathe all the oxygen that they suffocate. Mm-hmm. So it was hundreds of tons of herring floating there. And then the orca started to come from, we don't know where, because we didn't see that much. And then they were just concentrating there. It was this. Maybe 5 minutes like this, and then they spread out. But that was super spectacular to see all these guys. And did you notice one thing? Have you counted how many? It was a lot of males. Have you counted how many collapsed dorsal fin you saw there?
0.
Maybe 500, maybe 100, 150 males, large males, 0 collapsed dorsal fin. In captivity, 100% collapsed dorsal fin, the males, 100%. No more to say. No more to say.
Yes.
So different. And Suzanne was asking, and she understands that this would be speculation, but in your opinion, because we all definitely have our opinions on why Toki has lasted this long, 52 years. In your opinion, Pierre, why do you think, and again, it's speculation, but why do you think she's hanging in there? Why do you?
Repeat again the question. I'm not sure to understand.
So Toki's been in captivity for 50 years, and Suzanne was curious as to what your opinion is, or just do you have a thought about why she's hanging in there, in that little tank?
I mean, orcas, they are like humans. They are all different with each other. There is no human that are similar to another one. We are all unique. And orcas, as far as I have observed, they, even into the wild, and I think it's also the same in captivity, they have their own personality, they have their own character, temperament, and I think she has a very special soul. She's a very special soul. Some people, you can easily break some people in captivity. You can break them. And some people, like Nelson Mandela, for instance, no one has broken Nelson Mandela. So, and they tried. But I think Toki is not like the other whales. She's really special.
Thank you. And that's in alignment with...
I have no other explanation because, 52 years when all the others are dying at 20, 22, 30 maximum.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And it's very much in alignment with what all of us think. Alejandro always says, she's an angel, and, she's a big spirit. She's an amazing, courageous being. And, we all believe that she's hanging in there as well because she knows she's coming home, and she's going to hang in there for that. And,
maybe she knows, and maybe she's what she's waiting for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gosh, Pierre, I mean, we could talk to you forever, and I would if I didn't know it was 10 o'clock over there, and that you just haven't even been home 24 hours. So, you talked about last time about your legacy and what you want your legacy. And that is really protecting the oceans. Any advice, any things you want to leave people with just on how they can do their part?
There is 2 things. The first one is the ethic and the captivity. Captivity is not ethic, but captivity is not a problem for the conservation. It's not also a solution for the conservation. Conservation is something else, and we must protect the wild orcas everywhere in the world. We must protect them, especially in the Salish Sea with the southern residents that are starving to extinction. We have to do everything we can to save this population because, again, I have the feeling, and now it's not even a feeling, it's even more than a feeling, that these orcas, they are brilliant oceanic civilization. They have knowledge. We don't understand what they say, so we don't know anything about this knowledge. But if we let population of orcas go to extinction, we're going to lose this culture. We're going to lose this knowledge forever, and it's not acceptable. We must crack the code. We must understand what they say, and we must protect them. This is what the message I would like to spread out. They are very special creatures, and I'm sure they want to live in peace with humans. They show it every day when we are in the field. This is what they try to tell us. And I'm sure that if there is a message, and if I can be the messenger, this is the message they would deliver. They want to live in peace, but we have to respect them. We have to be careful with the overfishing. We have to stop overfishing. We have to stop poisoning the ocean. We have to let them educate their juveniles and to have a good life. You know, living in the ocean, even without human impact, is a hard life. But with the human activity, is very, very difficult for the top predators, and especially for the dolphins, for the whales, for the orcas. We must make it less difficult for them. We must help them by any way, any use.
Thank you.
And this is also the importance of education. And the real education, not the education that they are, the propaganda that the park are giving, because of course they are lying all the time on what is normal life of orcas, but the real education. And it's up to you guys. We all must work in this direction, educating, telling the truth every day to everybody.
You are amazing, Pierre. Thank you for all you're doing and spreading the education and the love. And I mean, you're part of it, right? And just thank you so much, because you are able to have these amazing experiences and share them with us. And that is education, and that is, thank you so much. Really, really.
Just a patient, and they deserve it. They deserve much more. So if I can do something like this, I will do something like this, of course, as much as I can. They deserve it.
Absolutely. Howard, anything you want to say?
Well, I can only say I'm grateful to you, Pierre. Thank you for joining us today. And
thank you, Howard. Thank you very much. Great honor for me to be part of this.
And you've given us so much of your experience and your insight, and try to your attempts, your efforts to understand the experience and to share that with us. And you're so open and so humble about it. You don't come in with a lot of preconceived ideas. You're learning from the orcas and sharing that with us. And I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very touched by your words. Thank you.
Christina?
I had a long list of questions, but I know you need to go to sleep. And I appreciate you coming. I think it's beautiful. I have one little question though. So do you feel that they like the human interaction? Do you feel they enjoy that? That would probably be my main question.
Not all the time. Most of the time they are busy, and when they are busy, we humans, we are eating before we are starving. We don't know what hunger is. We are eating all the time. We have food on the fridge, and we are preparing meal, and we are eating. We don't know what is starving. We don't know what is the hunger. But into the wild, all the creatures, they eat when they can. And they know what is hunger. So when it's time for feeding, it's not time for playing. That's for sure. So at that moment, it's not the moment to try to create a relationship, because they want to go for the food. But when it's time for social, it's not all the time. It's not given, but this is why it's rare and precious. But sometimes they open this, yes. Sometimes they really want to. And sometimes they also try to communicate. I have some footage of orcas. They come towards the divers, towards me, and they are, emitting sounds with the bubbles, when they squeeze their nasal bags. Mm-hmm. So it means that they want to say something. It means that they want to have this interaction. It's not only because I want, but also because they respond. So I would say sometimes yes, not all the time, but sometimes yes.
Okay, well, thank you.
Great question. Thanks, Christina. Carla?
Well, I'm just like Christina. I had so many questions too, but I could listen to you all night long, Pierre. I used to have, I still have on my bucket list swimming with orcas, but now I'm adding swimming with orcas with you because I think it will be out of this world. So thank you. And I really enjoyed it, and I hope to learn more from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Carla.
Deborah?
Pierre, such an inspiration spending time with you today. Thank you for everything you're doing, that you're bringing people and orcas together. I can't even imagine what it must feel like for them to be able to have this experience and then leave you, go to their different places in the world and share the emotion and the feeling of what it has happened. Because I think more people need to know that that's their language. Love and joy and compassion. And it's a language of feeling. And you're spreading that awareness. And so inspired by you, and can't wait for you to come up to the Pacific Northwest and have the spirit of this land feed your soul, because I promise you it will. I promise.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Deborah. I'm being in the water with orcas make me so joyful and so happy that this is something I want to share with people. And most of the people, they are passionate by orcas and they want to live the same. And this is exactly what I want to share, because I don't want to keep it for my own, and if I give me the right to go with orcas in Norway and it's allowed, it's not to keep it for my own. It's also to share it with people and have the people, hugging me and so emotional. And it's also another part of the trip that I like, and I love it, by the way. It's a hard job, but I wouldn't do that just as a job. It's because I really want to share this with people. It's very important for me.
Thank you for doing that. It's huge.
Thank you, Pierre. And people are saying, is there any chance we can plan a gathering when you come up in June? So yeah, we will be in touch, Pierre, and let's figure something out, and let's see what we can plan.
That would be a great honor, and with pleasure, of course, to meet all the orca lovers, all the passionate people, and of course.
That's awesome. Alejandro.
What can I say? This gentleman needs and must have an award.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ale. Thank you.
No, I don't know. You are an inspiration, Pierre, to everyone. Everybody loves you. And just let me tell you something. The video we shared in the beginning of our show, I think you create because it was a contest. A friend of you from France sent it to me. And let me tell you, like 5 years ago, I did a demo in Miami by the American Airlines. We rent a truck with a big screen and we played that video, your video, in the streets of Miami. And I remember that day, I think it was a game, I think it was the Miami Heat, and everybody was watching while walking in the street your video. This one we shared, which one we shared in the beginning of our Toki show. So you deserve an award, let me tell you.
Thank you very much.
I hope to meet you in June to celebrate, and with all these friends here to celebrate when Sk'aliCh'elh-tenaut comes home with the Lami people. Thank you so much, Pierre. You are an inspiration.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
And Alejandro, Terry said, you've been watching and being really quiet today. We could tell that you're so inspired.
You see my eyes. I always move my head like this. Yes, this.
You know what's cool? I want to point this out real quick. And I know I said we're going to end and we're not because we're still talking. But I want to point this out because when we were showing the encounter and you could see people's faces on the screen that hadn't seen it and the smiles and people lighting up. But Pierre, you had that same expression and you were there and you've probably seen the video. I don't even know how many times, but it's still there. And that was beautiful. That was cool to watch.
Comes from inside, and I see orcas and I see the situation. I'm looking to the body language. I'm checking the pectoral fin, how they are moving. I'm checking how the body is moving like this, the back of the belly, and I'm just moving in the same time because I think I'm in the water. So I'm just caught by the picture. So sorry for that, but it's stronger than me. So it's kind of reflex for me, to mimic and to try to move my body. So yeah.
I'm going to put this out here, orcanorway.info. You guys go check that out and check out the site. I don't want to end. I have a couple more things I want to show. For those of you that have to get off, I understand. You can come back and watch again. YouTube, look up TokiTV. You can watch all the episodes. But this was on the Facebook page, and it was just so fun and brought such a big smile to my face. This was this was a group that went out with you, Pierre, the video I'm going to show from your
yeah that was my last group, of the season, the week 2023, and it was a really great group and people, they have great time, so we could experience good orcas. They were really playful and we had
Let's show it. It's super cute. And I can do it right. Let's see if I can share this right.
You having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl.
So beautiful.
Abba is my favorite Dan. Favorite Dan. Dancing Queen.
That's going to be us.
I call this
Swimming Queen.
Yeah, I call these ladies, the Whisperette, Pierre and the Whisperette.
That is so great. So much fun.
Hello to Alessia Riato, which is the one with singing, living in Los Angeles, and hello to her. If she's watching, okay, that was super cool.
This is so cute. Love that. Well, gosh, Pierre, you're gonna have to come back on, and maybe we'll do a live show in June, and when we're hanging out with you, because that would be lots and lots of fun. But I'm gonna go ahead.
I will tell you.
Yeah, that'll be great. And then I'll be in touch with you this week and set something up so you can be in contact. I'd love to put you in contact with Raynell so you can, have those conversations and, for yourself, because I think that that's important to do privately. And but please come on whenever you guys want. Howard, is there anything you want to say to close before we end?
No, I don't have any more pearls. I've just been soaking it up, and it's been a wonderful show, though. It's been really, really educational, and has deepened my appreciation for orca awesomeness. I don't know how to describe it. It's more than intelligence.
Love it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put us in the background, and not to forget, why we are here. We are here for Toki each and every week for Sk'aliCh'elh-tenaut, and we will continue to do that. We will continue to be here every week until she's home, and probably beyond as well. because we're going to need to follow this incredible journey of our beautiful sister. And we'll play the song sung by Shirley Bob. It's the farewell song. It's not goodbye. It's we'll see you again. We know she's coming home. So I'm going to put us in the background, and everybody, you have a beautiful week. And Pierre, if you want to hang out, you're welcome to. And if you want to go get some sleep, you're welcome to do that too.
Thank you very much. I just want to thank you, all of you guys, for all this work, and I keep my finger crossed to meet Lolita in the freedom when I will come to see you guys. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Pierre. Thank you, Pierre.
Love you.
Thank you, Pierre.
Thank you, Howard.
Sk'aliCh'elh-tenaut.